Okay guys, short wrap-up video today from Thursday, October 25th, GreatStockPicks.com. I called NFX. This was the, hold on a second here. This was the opening 5-minute candle. It just got decimated yesterday. Called it long right here over this candle, right about there. This morning was I think it was my first call of the day. Let's get these drawing tools off here. Around 27.22 and ended up going as high as 27.60. Plenty of time. These are 5-minute 10-minute candles, so plenty of time to put some money in our pocket, and I certainly did, but it didn't exactly tear it up. Still was a nice trade. Put money in my pocket. Okay, another one. First Solar, thanks to one of our members, Jonathan. He alerted this volume spike here on First Solar. We all know First Solar can move pretty well. Trading it the way I teach, I ended up with a 23.15 average, right about here. And from 23.15, this ends up at the end of the day going all the way to 24.08. So almost a buck in our favor. The stop, not very far away. Let me get the numbers for you. Okay, worst case stop was 23.89, right below this candle. And it, First Solar out of character, maybe because it was lunchtime. Usually this thing gives pretty quick feedback, but you can see it did a slow grind till it finally released right there. We were certainly sellers into this spike. That's what I teach. And I also scaled out along the way in case it wasn't going to do this for us. Wanted to pay ourselves along the way. So that was, I think, I hate to get this wrong. I don't want anybody coming back and saying, nope, you called this one too. Oh, that's right. OCN, I just realized. OCN called, let me get this right. OCN I called over this little narrow candle right here. Very strong yesterday, started off strong today, kind of flagged into the 20-period moving average, called it long, 38.48, 38.32 stop, and it went to 38.80. This doesn't look like much, but it did get to 38.80. I was a seller in some, but then stopped out right there on the rest, so that was kind of a net flat trade for me. First Solar was my big one for the day. Juniper also had on watch, called long at 16.08, right about here. Ended up taking a 8-cent loss on this. So I called Juniper long right about there. It ends up the very next candle going through the high of the day. It's a super beaten up stock. There's the daily. It was already down 5 days in a row, and then a big push down to the 16 support area. So it was interesting to me as a long. Got nice volume coming in there as well, and ended up taking about an 8-cent loss because it just didn't follow through. And you can see what it did the rest of the day. This is a lesson right here, guys. Sorry, I meant to use the drawing tool. This is a lesson right here. When you have something that you get volume, it's breaking the high of the day after getting beaten up, and you think it might run. See what it did here? A lesson there is a stock can do anything. Mark Douglas from Trading the Zone always says anything can happen. It doesn't have to roll over, doesn't have to rip. It can just do this. And if you made Juniper, I can't talk. If you made Juniper your main focus today, you drive yourself crazy because it just chopped sideways the rest of the day. So we try to search for special situations when something like Juniper triggers and then comes right back down. I'm just out, and I really, to be honest with you, I never glanced at Juniper again the rest of the day. That was it for the day for me. Some great calls by the All-Stars. Stephen B., one of our All-Stars, called FIO, F-I-O. I love this call. Right here at 24.58. You ready for this? It was right about there, and the stop was like a dime below, and went up almost a buck there without hitting the dime stop. So a beautiful call by Stephen B., one of our All-Stars, stationed in Belgium, but still helping us here in the United States make money. Just a beautiful call there. Oh, and also someone asked, are you going to highlight your SMS service? And I'm just going to do that in these videos too. I'm trying to make one call a day. Today wasn't a banner day. It was Riverbed, RVBD. The call was right here around 22.62. Okay, it did not stop out, so the entry was basically right there. Didn't stop out, and it went all the way up to maybe 22.90. So it certainly isn't something to brag about, but after the secondary sell-off, and remember, these have wider stops, and they're meant to be calling a bottom feeding, like a bottom formation on the daily. So we're really calling an area. Plenty of time after you receive the text to get the entry. And matter of fact, for a while we were underwater, but I think the worst we were underwater was maybe 20 cents. And these are literally meant to be just what had happened here, an afternoon rally and hopefully sell sometime near the close. Okay, these aren't meant to be overnight holds. I'm trading these myself. We recommend 1, 2, or 300 shares, whatever you're comfortable with. Of course, that's relative. If you're trading $1 million account, you probably take it bigger. If you're trading a $5,000 account, you'll probably take these much smaller. But I took 300 shares, and I ended up closing out for like $60 extra. But you know what? $60 more than I would have had I not taken the riverbed idea as well. Took 300 shares, 22.62, ended up selling them around 22.82, right on this little tight base here. So, you know, I made an extra $60 trading that. The service is $199 for a lifetime, so I don't have any that knocked it out of the park yet, but we also haven't had one stop out. And, you know, I think the service is going to be pretty good and pretty easy to use. I did get an email from a guy today who said the SMS trade worked great. I couldn't get to chat before, well, how did he word it? Worked great before I could get in here. In other words, he got the text before he could get into the chat room. He's, I guess, was working in the morning. And he said perfect solution for working folks. So we did have already a guy make some money. It wasn't huge, but I do love the service, and I'm trading them myself as well in chat, as are some other people. All right, I'm going to quit babbling. We'll talk to you guys later.